I mean, I guess you got to play a good player eventually. So, I mean, but Salt had already played a couple people. I believe Salt said that they played Spark and someone else that they beat as well.
Oh, Salt's already beaten Spark this tournament?
That's what I thought they said when we were playing, but it looks like we're going to jump into it. JoJo with the love tag, kind of a fun twist, but Vish, as a Falcon main yourself, as a pretty good Falcon main, tell us a bit about the Ditto and kind of what Falcon's looking for.
I think, like most other matchups, I feel Falcon really wants the grab, right? I think Nair into grab is going to be a juicy startup from either end. And I think it's going to be up to the defending Falcon to like smash DI a lot of these potential openings, right? These are unfortunate start right now for JoJo. Kind of two basically SDs, right? Like that second one, JoJo just kind of jumped off, and Falcon can definitely edgeguard Falcon really well. So even if you're at lowish percent, you know, hard knee into something else off stage will net you a stock, and Salt is going to take those to the bank when given the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Like there's definitely situations now, especially at the point where we're like this polished in our gameplay, where if you just kind of like jump off the edge, like that's an SD. Like if you're just kind of running off in a bad spot, like they basically have to let you get back most of the time, especially if you're a character like Falcon. Great tech though.
Yeah, every single opening is going to be huge, especially when you have Salt on one end of the sticks, right? Like, pretty much like 1 to 2 openings, 3 openings is netting a KO here. They did play each other once before at a Trading Mode Tuesdays about 4 months ago, and it went in Salt's favor.
Really?
And that's the only time they played, according to Salt.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Again, so we look at this, we see a JV4, obviously super one-sided. I think if you're in chat, you're thinking, wow, I guess Salt's the clear favorite. But again, we got to think about, we got to think about just kind of how the match actually played out. That JoJo kind of went for those two sort of basically SDs. Game 2 could look very different.
I think so, and I think it's also one of those matchups where, you know, the stock count in any one given game isn't super indicative of how the set's going to go, right? Like, JoJo could definitely open up Salt a few times, and it could just be the complete reverse of what we saw.
I feel like as a character, Falcon's kind of just like that.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking, I feel that very strongly, but it's like Falco Marth, where sometimes it's just like this super close game, and sometimes I just get 3-stocked. And I think like, why did I get 3-stocked? Well, like, just got like down tilted there, you know, grabbed here. But I feel like Falcon as a character, like almost every matchup seems kind of like, yeah, you did this one thing and get up aired and die? Nope, did not die. That's a big stock to drop, especially at such a high percent.
It was a little tricky. It might have felt like Salt was going to go on the stage there. But yeah, not too bad though so far in this game too for JoJo. Huge opening right now for Salt. God, Salt really just takes it to the bank.
Yeah.
They're so good at comboing. Oh, try to get a little spicy with it.
Yeah.
the reverse knee attempt.
Could have kept it simple with the back air, but even still, Salt managing to clean it up. Already this is a sizable lead. The athleticism is definitely on display, but you know, in the corner, this is the kind of moment that JoJo needs to sort of leverage, and already it's gone. Oh, man.
Yeah, I think Salt has been doing such a good job calling out where JoJo is going to be recovering that time, anticipating, or at least just staying on ledge, I think is a really good option versus Falcon, right? Because you can wait for Falcon to get onto stage and then edgeguard from there. There's enough time from the up B ending lag to punish like that.
No, for sure. One of the things worth mentioning as well is JoJo has actually been posting on Twitter like a decent amount of kind of like little optimizations and kind of labbing that he has been doing, kind of going for these like reaction tech chase options, and interesting to see kind of how they play out off of the grab here.
Yeah, specifically with knee and other aerials, right, as opposed to going for reaction tech chase with the grab.
Yes.
It's very tight timing. It's a very tricky thing to do, and even harder to do so in tournament, I would imagine.
That's why you use the love tag to kind of power things up just a little bit, give you that extra frame of reaction. Can you imagine if there was like a tag in the game that like you could just get one extra frame off of, like the way port priority works?
It's like Game Shark, right? If you enter the appropriate thing, it's all of a sudden.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
It would be terrible.
Like, it'd be bad game design, but yet it sounds a little bit believable in Melee, and also this is best of 5?
Yeah, we're in a best of 5 part of the bracket.
Wow.
I think even in top
128. Top 128, best of 5.
Especially going into this as our first set, I'm very happy that it's best of 5, right? because, again, I think JoJo is starting to like pick up the pace a little bit, you know, so having this extra game here.
I mean, there have been so many times, if you're a player, where you kind of feel like, if only I had a best of 5 instead of a best of 3. So JoJo getting that opportunity, getting some time to adapt, but it's going to be rough, man. Like, Salt really kind of putting on a clinic of how to play the matchup.
Their previous set did go 2-1, so JoJo was able to take a game in that one they played 4 months ago. Ooh, the side B there was really nice because it looked like JoJo was going for a tech chase knee, and slightly a little late, enough time for Salt to do the side B, which does like a little fade back motion, perfectly evading it. Oh, that's nice, okay.
Yo, that was actually such a good follow-up from JoJo. Salt with the kind of slight DI to make it a little bit unclear whether they were going to land on the platform or not. JoJo's still able to follow up, and already this is another big opening, and he's keeping it going. Holy.
Ooh, the double knee. There's the tech chase we're talking about? Okay. Even though a little bit of a flub there, still manages to pick it up with a nice back air.
I mean, we said that this was going to be kind of one of those games where you could see over time more adaptation kind of take place, and that is exactly what we're getting. JoJo starting to turn things around. You know, this was the game 1 was a JV4, and already this is looking much more doable on JoJo's end.
Also, when you start to get, oh, that was really nice from the corner going for the side B. Also, when you get the reaction tech chases that JoJo was getting in these last couple stocks, kind of like slows down the pace a little bit, especially when you have such a fast-paced player like Salt. You know, when they're stuck in the tech chase sequence, it's kind of nice for you on the tech chasing end, but double knee. Salt answers really quickly.
Yeah, actually, just such an insane punish there. No, you're totally right. Like, this is kind of like its own form of a wobble, you know? Like, you're just sort of there watching yourself. You're kind of hoping to defend, but, like, there's not really that much you can do. Wow, that was kind of a bit of a weird situation. End up landing on the platform and gonna get the stock. No, doesn't get the get-up attack on the right side of the hitbox.
To send off stage again, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Good down tilt.
Exactly, yeah, because I think the DI was such that you couldn't get double up air. Recognition.
Don't think that JoJo wanted the forward smash there, but both of them just kind of trading blows. This stock is so important if JoJo wants to have a chance to turn this around. And with the tech chases we've seen, this is still possible, Vish.
It's really doable. Oh, off stage though. Yeah, back air there will probably close it out. Solid showing from Salt there. But again, it felt like JoJo was picking it up, especially in that game 3, right?
Definitely in the game 3. I think that's just one of those things where, like, I mean, there's a lot of like alternate realities. If I did the Doctor Strange thing here, and we imagine like all the different possibilities, I feel there's a world where JoJo adapts just a bit earlier, but you also got to give it to Salt that Salt can kind of go back, change things up even further. And like that is one of the hardest things about playing someone who's a very, very good player, is it feels like as soon as you start to catch on to the thing that they were doing, they're like, okay, I won't do it anymore.
Yeah, that's definitely the difficulty. I think also on the flip side, it really felt like Salt had crazy good DI on any initiations that JoJo might have had, right? So it made it all the more difficult to combo and get like Nair into knee in Nair into grab in some of these situations. Crazy. I
mean, I always say this, but like the kind of defensive play in Melee nowadays and kind of for the last couple of years, I think is one of the spaces where we've seen people innovate the most. And it's an innovation that is actually like trickled down to the bottom level or like the mid level in a big way. Like a lot of players all play on unranked or whatever. They're hitting their slide offs. They have this like very tricky DI. There's just a lot of kind of little nuances that make it so much harder to combo people than it used to be.
Definitely the case. When I play unranked now,
yeah,
you can't combo people the way that you used to combo. It's unfortunate.
I mean, some of that has to do with the unranked changes. Is like the unranked people we're playing like pretty decent, you know.
Oh,
like,
that's true.
But also, yeah, it is definitely rough to kind of get a punish off of people.
How am I going to record?